In the vast heart of Eastern Europe, stretching from the forested slopes of the Carpathian Mountains to the shores of the Black Sea, lies a nation of profound depth and quiet strength. It is a land defined by its rich, dark earth, the famous cornizm, a soil so fertile it has become a cultural and historical symbol, a source of sustenance and a prize coveted by empires. This black earth is not merely agricultural, it is ancestral, holding the memory of millennia of cultivation. This is a country of wide open plains, where the wind moves like a wave through seas of sunflowers, of ancient cities whose golden domes punctuate the skyline, and of a culture shaped by a history as deep and complex as the Dnipro River that flows through its core. This is Ukraine. From above, it appears as an immense tapestry of gold and green, a landscape of epic scale. Its geography tells a story of diversity, from the ancient Polisia marshlands in the north, with their misty forests and quiet rivers, to the sun-drenched coastal south. Its cities are living museums, etched with the stories of centuries, from the medieval grandeur and cobblestone streets of Lviv in the west, a city that breathes the history of Central Europe, to the bustling modern energy of its capital, Kyiv in the north, and the industrial heartlands of the east. But to understand Ukraine is to look beyond the headlines and the history books. It is to discover a nation that is both ancient and youthful, a society that holds its storied past with reverence while forging a new identity in the 21st century. This is a story not of conflict, but of continuity, of the land that sustains, the traditions that endure, and the communities that form the very bedrock of its existence. This is the story of daily life in the heart of Ukraine. The rhythm of daily life in Ukraine is a blend of the steadfast and the contemporary, a routine that grounds people in the familiar. In the cities, the morning begins with the hum of a metropolis waking up. The Kyiv metro, with its deep, ornate stations that feel like subterranean palaces of marble and mosaic, begins to fill with commuters. They are students, office workers, doctors, and builders, people from every walk of life, each starting their day with a quiet, practiced efficiency, a shared moment of transit in the city's depths. Above ground, in cities like Odessa and Kharkiv, electric trams and trolleybuses navigate the wide boulevards, familiar arteries of urban life that have carried generations of city dwellers. The air fills with the scent of strong coffee from the countless small kiosks and specialty kaviarnia that have become a central part of modern urban culture, a small, affordable ritual that punctuates the start of the workday. Yet, for all its scale, life is lived on a human scale. The heart of a Ukrainian neighborhood is often its local market, the Rynok. This is where the pulse of the community can be felt most strongly. It is a vibrant, bustling world of sights, sounds, and smells. Here, vendors, many of whom have tended their own gardens or small farms in the surrounding countryside, display the bounty of the seasons, Pyramids of glossy red tomatoes and cucumbers in summer, heaps of earthy potatoes and bright orange pumpkins in autumn, and jars of golden honey, fragrant herbs, and homemade cheeses like Tvarog and Brinza year-round. The exchange is about more than commerce. It is a social ritual. Shoppers greet familiar vendors, asking after their families, discussing the quality of the produce with expert knowledge, and sharing local news. An elderly woman might offer advice on which herbs are best for tea, or how to properly pickle this year's cucumber harvest. It is a place of connection, a testament to a way of life that values fresh, local food and the human relationships built around it. Much of urban life takes place in apartment buildings, from the sprawling Soviet-era complexes to modern new builds. These are not anonymous towers, but vertical villages. The courtyards between them are shared spaces, filled with playgrounds, benches, and the ubiquitous tables where men gather for intense games of chess or dominoes. Neighbors know each other, children play together under the watchful eyes of the babushkas on the benches, and a powerful sense of community often develops within the confines of a single building or courtyard. In the villages that dot the countryside, this connection is even deeper. Life revolves around the seasons and the land. The day begins not with the sound of traffic, but with the crow of a rooster or the lowing of a cow. Homes are often single-story houses with large, meticulously tended gardens where families grow much of their own food. Here, everyone knows everyone, and the well-being of the community is a shared responsibility. A neighbor is not just someone who lives next door. They are an extension of the family, someone you can rely on to help with a harvest, repair a fence, or simply share a cup of tea with on a quiet afternoon. Tradition is the soul of Ukraine, a living, breathing force that shapes identity and binds generations together. The Ukrainian language, with its soft, melodic cadence, is the heart of this identity. After centuries of suppression and marginalization, it is spoken with a quiet but immense pride, a symbol of resilience and national spirit. This heritage is most visibly expressed in its rich folk culture. The vyshyvanka, the traditional embroidered shirt, is a masterpiece of folk art. Each intricate pattern and color combination is unique, a coded story of the region, the family, and the individual. Geometric patterns from the Policia region might signify protection and fertility, while the lush, floral motifs of the Poltava region speak of prosperity and love. The embroidery is a form of talisman, a protective garment. It is not a costume reserved for festivals. It is worn with genuine pride on national holidays, at weddings, and for family celebrations, a vibrant, personal link to a deep ancestral past. Music and song are woven into the fabric of daily life. from the ancient polyphonic chants that can still be heard in remote villages to the soulful, melancholic melodies of the bandura, the national stringed instrument. Music is a way of telling the nation's story. It is a story of love for the land, of sorrow and loss, and of an unbreakable spirit. This cultural identity is also deeply connected to faith. Religious celebrations, particularly Easter, Velykdan, and Christmas, Rіздво, are the cornerstones of the year. These are times for family, for ancient rituals, and for community. The intricate art of painting pisanki, Easter eggs, with their symbolic motifs of sun, earth, and eternity, is a meditative tradition passed down through generations. On Easter morning, families take baskets filled with decorated eggs, sausages, and a special sweetbread called Pascha to church to be blessed. The Christmas Eve supper, the Sviata Večera, with its 12 meatless dishes representing the 12 apostles, is a solemn and beautiful ritual that unites the family in a shared moment of reflection and gratitude. These traditions are not relics, they are the anchors of the culture, providing a sense of continuity and belonging that remains unshakable. The Ukrainian economy is a story of contrasts, a blend of deep agricultural roots and modern innovation. For centuries, the nation has been known as the breadbasket of Europe, its fertile black soil producing vast quantities of grain, corn, and sunflowers. Agriculture remains a cornerstone of the economy, and the rhythm of planting in the spring and harvesting in the late summer still dictates the pace of life in much of the country. This connection to the land is personal for many Ukrainians who tend their own small garden plots or dachas. These are simple country cottages, often with no more than a few rooms and a large plot of land, where city dwellers spend weekends cultivating vegetables and fruit. The dacha is more than just a garden. It is a psychological escape, a place of rest, family time, and a tangible connection to the earth, a tradition that is both a hobby and a vital source of fresh food for the family. The late summer is a flurry of activity, with families working together to harvest and preserve the bounty, pickling, canning, and making jams to last through the long winter. But Ukraine is also a nation looking firmly to the future. In cities like Kyiv, Lviv, and Dnipro, a dynamic and globally recognized technology sector has emerged. A new generation of highly skilled IT professionals, engineers, and entrepreneurs is building innovative companies, contributing to a modern, knowledge-based economy. This creates a unique economic landscape, where a farmer driving a tractor through a field in the Poltava region and a software developer writing code in a Kharkiv cafe are both integral parts of the national story. Alongside these large sectors, the economy is powered by a spirit of resilience and entrepreneurship. Small businesses are the lifeblood of towns and cities. Local bakeries, repair shops, cafes, and service providers. In recent years, economic realities have been challenging, forcing people to be adaptable and resourceful. There is a deeply ingrained understanding of the importance of hard work and self-reliance, a quiet determination to provide for one's family and build a stable life, even in the face of profound uncertainty. Ukrainian food is a direct and honest reflection of the land, hearty, wholesome, and deeply comforting. The cuisine is built around the simple, high-quality ingredients that the fertile soil and changing seasons provide. At the heart of the Ukrainian table is bread, chlib, a sacred symbol of hospitality and life itself. A meal is not complete without it, and the tradition of greeting honored guests with a loaf of bread and salt is a gesture of deep respect. The most iconic dish is borscht, a vibrant beetroot soup that is a universe of flavor in a single bowl. Every family has its own secret recipe, passed down through generations, a source of immense pride and friendly debate. It might be served hot in the winter with a dollop of rich sour cream, smetana, and garlicky bread rolls called pampushki, or cold in the summer as a refreshing respite from the heat. Dumplings or vareniki are another beloved staple, filled with potatoes, cheese, cabbage, or sweet summer berries. The act of making them is often a communal family activity, a time for conversation and connection that spans generations. Other classics include haluptsi, cabbage leaves stuffed with rice and meat, and daruni, savory potato pancakes often served with sour cream. Home cooking is the soul of the food culture. Meals are made from scratch, using fresh ingredients sourced from the local market or the family garden. The long winters have fostered a rich tradition of preservation. Pantries are filled with jars of pickled vegetables, fermented cabbage, and sweet fruit preserves called varenia, a colorful testament to the summer's bounty. Family gatherings are centered around food. A Sunday dinner or a holiday feast is a loud, joyful, and abundant affair, a tangible expression of love and generosity, where hospitality dictates that a guest must never leave hungry. To understand Ukraine is to understand its vast and varied landscapes. The country is not a passive backdrop. It is an active, living presence in the lives of its people. The interior is defined by the Great Eurasian Steppe, wide, open plains that stretch to the horizon, a landscape of immense scale and quiet beauty. This is the agricultural heartland, a sea of wheat and sunflowers under an endless sky. In the west, the Carpathian Mountains rise in gentle, forest-covered slopes. This is a land of ancient woods, clear mountain streams, and the unique cultural traditions of the Hutsul people. Hiking is a popular pastime, a way to connect with nature and find a sense of peace and solitude. In the summer, people forage for wild mushrooms and berries, a practice that is both a cherished tradition and a way to supplement the family table. The country is crisscrossed by thousands of rivers, with the mighty Dnipro serving as the nation's historic and spiritual artery, flowing south through the heart of the country to the Black Sea. In the summer, its banks become a destination for swimming, fishing, and family picnics. City dwellers find their escape in large, leafy urban parks or at their dachas, where they can cultivate a small piece of land and reconnect with the rhythm of nature. This deep, abiding appreciation for the outdoors, for the distinct character of each of the 4 seasons, from the harsh, snowy winters that blanket the land in a deep, insulating silence, to the vibrant, blossoming springs when the air is thick with the scent of lilac and cherry blossoms, is a fundamental part of the Ukrainian character. For all its rural heart, Ukraine is a modern and well-connected country. An extensive and efficient railway network is the backbone of the nation, linking major cities and small towns. A journey on a Ukrainian train, especially an overnighter, is an experience in itself. The rhythmic clatter of the wheels, the shared compartments, and the tea served in glass holders by the carriage attendant, the providnitsia, are all part of a classic journey through the nation's vastness. In the cities, public transport is the lifeblood of daily movement. The metro systems in Kyiv, Kharkiv, and Dnipro are marvels of efficiency, while a dense network of buses, trams, and marshrutkas, privately owned minivans that follow set routes, serves every neighborhood. Riding a marshrutka is a uniquely Ukrainian experience, a system of organized chaos where you pass your fare up to the driver through a chain of fellow passengers. This modern infrastructure exists alongside a more traditional reality. In the villages, roads can be unpaved, and the bicycle remains a common and practical mode of transport. This blend of the modern and the traditional is a defining characteristic of Ukrainian life. It is entirely possible to live in a quiet village surrounded by fields and history, yet have access to high-speed internet and be just a train ride away from a bustling, modern city. The country has embraced digital technology with surprising speed. Banking, communication, and even government services are often managed through sophisticated smartphone apps, showcasing a society that is adaptable and forward-thinking, often leapfrogging older technologies. For the young people of Ukraine, life is a dynamic balance between a deep respect for their heritage and a forward-looking European perspective. Education is a high priority, with a strong public school system and renowned universities that are centers of intellectual and cultural life. For many, the journey into adulthood involves a move from their hometown to a larger city for university, a chance to gain new skills and forge an independent path. Upon graduation, they face a complex world of opportunities and challenges. They are a generation that is globally connected, fluent in technology, and ambitious for the future. They are artists, entrepreneurs, and activists, creating new businesses and social movements that are reshaping the country. They remain deeply rooted in their Ukrainian identity. They are passionate about their culture, their language, and their history, and have been at the forefront of a renewed interest in folk traditions and national heritage. They are often called the generation of independence, having grown up without direct experience of the Soviet Union, which has profoundly shaped their worldview. They are defined by a powerful sense of civic duty and a desire for a democratic, transparent future. The great challenge for Ukraine is to create enough diverse and rewarding opportunities to allow its talented young population to build their futures at home. It is a continuous effort to foster innovation and economic growth while preserving the unique quality of life that makes people want to stay. The rhythm of day and night in Ukraine is a study in contrasts. The daytime is for work, for purpose, for moving forward. The cities are filled with the focused energy of a nation at work. The streets are bustling, the offices are busy, and the markets are active. In the countryside, it is the steady, practical work of farming and maintaining the home. As evening descends, a different energy takes hold. The fierce pace of the day softens into a calmer, more social rhythm. Life turns inward, towards family and community. This is the time for evening walks, a cherished tradition in cities and towns alike. Parks and promenades fill with people of all ages, strolling, talking, and enjoying the cool air. The evening meal is the anchor of the day, a time for the family to gather, share stories, and reconnect. In the cities, the cultural life awakens. The historic opera houses and theaters in Kyiv, Lviv, and Odessa, with their rich repertoires, draw appreciative audiences. But for most, the evening is a quiet time. The residential neighborhoods become still, the lights from apartment windows casting a warm glow. The kitchen table often becomes the center of social life, where friends gather for long, unhurried conversations over tea and homemade cake. It is a time for rest, for conversation, and for recharging the spirit, ready for the new day. Life in this resilient nation is not without its profound challenges. The past years have brought immense hardship, testing the spirit of the Ukrainian people in ways few can imagine. The realities of war have reshaped daily life, bringing with them economic pressure, uncertainty, and loss. The power of the weather is often matched by the power of air raid sirens, a sound that can interrupt the quiet rhythm of any day, forcing life to pause and move to shelter. This has fostered a new, shared vocabulary of survival, of knowing the two-wall rule, of having a bag packed, of checking the news with a heavy heart. It has made people experts in logistics they never wished to learn, from the location of the nearest bomb shelter to the intricacies of power bank capacities. Yet the response has been one of extraordinary strength and solidarity. Daily life has become an act of quiet defiance. Maintaining routines, going to work, sending children to school, tending to the garden is a way of preserving normalcy in abnormal times. Communities have pulled together with incredible force, with volunteers organizing to support their neighbors, weave camouflage nets, and help rebuild what has been damaged. There is a constant, complex challenge of balancing the weight of the present with the needs of the everyday. It is the challenge of adapting to uncertainty, of finding ways to live, and even to find joy in the midst of difficult circumstances. It is a testament to a deep well of resilience that has been filled over centuries of a long and often difficult history. Ukraine exists in a constant, delicate balance between a past that is cherished and a future that is being fought for, between the quiet beauty of its landscapes and the formidable challenges of the present. It is a place shaped by the turning of the seasons, by the strength of its communities, and by a quiet, unyielding, and deeply admirable spirit. Here, life is measured not by its ease, but by its depth. It is found in the steady, dependable rhythm of the everyday, in the warmth of a family gathering, in the comfort of a familiar tradition, and in the simple, profound act of continuing on. It is a living testament to the idea that in a world of great uncertainty, the most powerful force is the quiet, resilient rhythm of an ordinary life.